Hey, Mat Freeman here. Welcome to my creative universe. This is an introduction to all the things I do, and I'm gonna keep it short because I know you're busy. First, this. FT Cracked. FT is Freeman's Table, the game show I created as a podcast, then decided you should see our faces. Yeah, sorry about that. Anyway, FT Cracked is a spin-off of the game show. There's also FT Streamin, which is me playing video games and pretending it's work because I made a logo for it. I've created all this to burn over 2 decades of jokes, bits, and stories that hardly anyone's ever seen because it usually meant having to perform it. For people, real, live ones. Luckily, I had learned to manage this problem in my teens when I became an alcoholic. Don't worry, I found drugs too. Alcohol's terrible without them. Over 20 years self-medicating, fucking around in comedy, and working in hospitality. The solution was obviously a podcast, then therapy, and finally, drugs made by people in lab coats instead of people in sheds. A podcast was perfect because pod, a thing you can hide in, cast, to throw things out, away from you, at people who aren't in the pod. Gold! But let's stay focused and wrap this up. Freeman's Table is a game show featuring 2 players competing against each other, Lady Luck, and me. Not by design. I just mess up a lot. And it doesn't matter because the games don't matter. The way I see it, if I'm laughing, everybody wins. Not the losers. They don't win. But the rest of us win. FT Streamin is me losing my mind while I lose video games. It's really just a way to produce something with the least heavy lifting. Since I learned all this online broadcasting shit mostly from gamers, figured I'd do some gaming. FT Cracked is for any other goddamn thing I want. Like this. The web address, freemanstable.com, where you can find everything all the time, always. From there, you can get to the Patreon page, where I'll put all the best stuff first, like best of compilations, behind the scenes shenanigans, direct access to me if you're into that sort of thing, and a private FT community, all without ads. Patreon is a platform where you can support me with a monthly pledge, which is a freaking game changer. You can also find most of my shit on the FT YouTube channel, but it might have ads, and everything goes on Patreon a few days before everywhere else. Not sleeping on the podcast either. So far, I've been uploading the game show audio to it without any fiddling, but soon I'll be curating content specifically for that listening audience. Oh, and this here's Wooba, who helps. He's not supposed to be anywhere near this shelf or this desk, so now there's a sheet of tinfoil there, which is wrinkled from his old ass sleeping on it. Again, the site, freemanstable.com, has links to everything, including Patreon, and if you're watching on YouTube or listening on one of a million podcast platforms, please take a sec to subscribe, like, share, slap, and tickle. Somehow that's supposed to help feed the cat. That's it for this thing. Thanks. Gracias, merci beaucoup, and namaste now.
Oye, más chips.